Can I just, this is Christmas Eve time and there's a certain nostalgia in the air. We're all remembering
nostalgia for nuclear weapons.
Exactly.
Nostalgia for the Peacemaker, I think it was called.
How do you guys handle the problem, which for sure, I don't want to go into old man talk. We're, sort of second half of middle age. And the problem is as follows. Between 1/2 and 1/3 of the people with whom you deal every day, and when Stanford is open, in my case, it's 80% of the people I deal with every day because there's students around, just don't remember stuff that is in my mind absolutely basic. And I'm talking, of course, about politics, the MX missile, Ronald, et cetera, but also my father was older when I was born, but my father served in the Second World War. I remember that. My mother grew up on a farm, and when I was a little kid, we still visited. My grandparents still ran the farm, and so I'm used to the smell of cow, in touch with rural America, which dominated life in the country for the first century, 180 years of its existence. And kids it's gone. It's just not there. For them, it's sepia toned. Ronald Reagan is right up there with Grover Cleveland and James Buchanan. It bugs me because I think they ought to know certain things they ought to know. And then other stuff just trips me up because so much of what I take for granted is just, by the way, the people I'm bitching about are my own children, of course.
Okay. Right. What the age groups are here.
Yeah.
No, I think it happens a lot when you're talking, for me, in my experience, less about history and the big sweep of things than about how it was being received at the time.
Right.
And about certain political skirmishes and scandals. Like that to me is the sort of collective cultural memory that's gone. So it isn't so much the specifics of the MX missile, but the hysterical reaction to it.
Right.
And the hysterical reaction to the fact that the belief in 1983, 1984, but from about 1981 and about 1985, that we were all going to die in a nuclear holocaust. Or that was really going to happen.
Yeah.
And then not only did it not happen, when the opposite happened, it was suddenly disappeared. We just absolutely memory hold. There's no reason why anyone young would know this, because as a piece of cultural history, it has been utterly erased.
Just erased.
Unlike the blacklist, unlike McCarthyism, unlike the hippie movement in the late 60s, unlike any of that stuff. That's all taught as under the rubric of cultural history. But the doomsday cult status of we're all going to die, the fate of the earth, Jonathan Shell's multi-platinum selling album, we're all going to die. And the idea that that's worth studying.
That's true.
And the mania is worth studying is something that so they didn't learn it. Why would they learn it?